There we go. So hi, our next speaker is Shelley Meche'tte. Shelley is a certified life purpose coach and international, I love the spelling, empowerment speaker, dedicated to the empowerment of women through strategized personal and professional development. She has shared her message on online shows, including Coffee Talk and a Queen's Roundtable, at the PowHERful Woman conference, and also at the Hey Girlfriend Luncheon. Her features include CBS, NBC, ABC, the CW, Yahoo, Shondaland, WW, Thrive Global, and the Daily Boss. So she's getting her message out there. She's been a guest on Peace of Mind with actress Taraji P. Henson. I can never say her last name. I apologize. And I love her. The Claudia Jordan Show, BYU Radio, iHeartRadio, Courting Happiness, and The Yes Show. Shelley's also the author of 70 Days of Happy. Life is Better When You Smile. And she is the author of Power Her Minds, Reflective Thoughts Designed for the Everyday Power Woman and Her Legacies. She's a collaborative author of She Shall Rise, Empowerment for the Kingdom Woman, and the Amazon #1 bestseller, Women Inspiring Nations. Shelley and her daughter host their own talk show. I know the Shelley and Bree Show on Raku's VIZD channel. And we were talking about some new adventures that popped up since then. But I'm gonna turn the summit floor over to Shelley, who is going to empower us with her talk on 5 keys for unlocking life success. You got this, it's yours.
Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here. I know it's evening time for some of you. Maybe it's around 7 o'clock or something like that, but it is still a great day. It is still an amazing day, and it is a great day for you to be great. It is a great day for you to be empowered. It is a great day for you to be impactful. It is a great day for you to be successful, because it's your day. So I'm a notes person. So you're going to see me looking down over here to my amazing notes, because that is what I do. But I always want to let women know that it's a great day, because it's a great day for you to experience your more, for you to step into who you've been called to be, and for you to be able to live your life on purpose. But here's the thing, you guys, everybody is not going to do that. Unfortunately, there are going to be many who don't get a chance to experience that more. There are going to be many who don't end up living the life that they've been called to be. Because let me tell you something, I don't care how talented you are. I don't care how gifted you are. I don't care how many folks are watching you on Instagram and TikTok, unless you learn how to successfully unlock the doors for your own personal life success, you are never going to reach the levels and your potential personally or professionally. You'll never reach that level that you desire until you learn how to unlock your own personal success, how to unlock your own life success. And when I talk about success, I want you to know that I'm not talking about titles. I'm not talking about whatever your title is at work. I'm not talking about those things. Living by titles have us confused, because titles make us believe things that are not true. Titles can't give personal empowerment. Titles can't give that inner peace that we're looking for, that we're searching for. Titles don't give us authentic happiness. That's not what titles do. So titles confuse us, because society has made us believe that worth and success are wrapped up into what that title is. And that's just not true. In order for us to be a success, we need to understand who we are and who we were created to be. The only way that we're able to show up for ourselves and to show up for ourselves authentically and powerfully is to know who we were created to be, and to successfully be able to unlock the tools to get us to that position. And so my question for you today is, who is ready to show up for themselves? Who's ready to stop, living life in the background? I need somebody to let me know. Talk back to me. Let me know in the comments if you're ready to stop playing small. I need to know that I'm in the right spot. I need to know that I'm kicking it here with some women who are ready for their unstoppable, who are ready to step out in their confidence, who are ready to let the world know I am here and I'm going to receive and take everything that has been created for me. Come on now. I see some I'm readies. I see some yes. I see some high fives. That's what I'm talking about. I love it. And the reason why I love to talk about showing up is because I had that insecurity at first about being able to show up for myself. But guess what? I can show up for me now. I can show up authentically. I can show up as the person that I've been called to be because I know who I've been called to be, and I know who I've been called to serve. I can step out powerfully on an interview. I can step out on stage and empower thousands of women at a time because I know how to unleash and unlock the purpose and the keys to my own life success. But can I be honest with y'all for just a minute? Y'all mind if I get a little transparent? Is that all right? You know, I'm gonna lean into a little bit of secret. I'm gonna tell you what, folks don't like to tell you all the time. It wasn't always like that. All right. It wasn't always like that. That wasn't always the story, you guys. I literally had to learn how to create life success for myself. I had to learn how to step into my power. I had to learn how to see me when I felt unseen. Maybe I'm the only one here. Has anybody ever felt like that? That you out in a crowded area, but yet you're not seen? You know there's so much within you. You know there's so much potential, but you don't know how to let it out, what to do, how to position it. Anybody like that here? Who want to just yell, I'm here. I know I've been created for more. I just don't know exactly how to tap into it. And that was me, you guys. That was me. I didn't know how to tap into those things. But then I found out. I found out that there's 5 simple keys. Simple, yet effective, yet powerful, that can take you into unlocking life success. And today, I'm going to be sharing those tools with you so that you too will be able to run into the success and run into all that has already been created for you. But before I do that, I just want to give you a little background on me and who I am. See, I always thought that I was going to be an A-list actress. Okay. I was in the womb acting, y'all. I was in the womb voguing, and everything. So that was always my goal. That was always my dream. That was always my desire. I was going to be, an actress. My earliest memory of acting is actually me being on stage at church. I had the lead role at about 5. It was a church play called Salty. And I was salty. I still remember that I had this big, huge costume on, and I was so small, and they had did this little circle for me. And I kept trying to reach my head up so that I could see out into the audience. And while I don't really remember, all of the background of the technical side, the rehearsals, practicing with my mom, what I vividly remember is that night, is show night. I was on stage about 80 to 90% of the time, and I knew everybody's line, everybody. I still remember the lights coming down. I still remember looking out into the audience, and I could see all of the people out there, and I knew every single line of the entire play because that's how I was able to know my cues. So I would say my line, and then I would mimic somebody else's line so that I can have my cue. And so when the play was over, I just remember how everybody jumped up and they yelled and they screamed and people were whistling. And I remember that feeling. I remember people smiling and laughing. And even though at that time, I didn't understand exactly what it meant to be an actress, I knew that I wanted to do that. I knew that I wanted to entertain people. I knew that I wanted to make people smile. And that was my goal, to be in entertainment. Now, that didn't exactly happen. Y'all don't see my name in lights. You know, I didn't become that A-list actress like I was planning to. But how many of you know that sometimes life takes you down turns that you didn't see coming? Sometimes life doesn't turn out always the way we thought it was going to. Sometimes we end up doing zigs and zags. Anybody else, anybody other than me, done had a zigzag in their life? Anybody other than me thought that something was gonna go, go to the right, and somebody said zigging right now. Exactly. I was gonna be a successful lawyer. Exactly. A few times. Yeah. Life doesn't always end up the way we thought it was going to. And so mine didn't end up exactly how I thought it would at that time. Instead of following that dream at that time, what I ended up doing is going to college for a little while. And then I left college and got a job working someplace where I thought would be more flexible so that I could still go ahead and chase that acting dream. And then I got pregnant. Boom, another zigzag. And so I did what a lot of us do as women, as moms, is I put that dream on the back burner. Because for me, I knew what it took to be able to go out and chase a Hollywood dream. And so I didn't want nannies raising my children or raising my child. I didn't have children at the time. I didn't want to have to be out at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning on set. So I put that dream on the back burner, and I was going to get back to that dream later, or so I thought. I still remember I was working for an entertainment company, a big entertainment company. And I remember sitting at my desk when God asked me, he said, will you give up your idea of your Hollywood dream and follow me and my plan for your life? And hunty, let me tell you, I just started rebuking Satan right there. I rebuke you. No, honey, that ain't the Lord. No. Because God knows that I want to act. And so that can't be the Lord. See, God was trying to line me up with his plan, and I was trying to line him up with my plan. But with mist in my eyes, because I couldn't cry, y'all, I was a G, I was at work. But I told God, I said, okay, I'll follow your design for me. And my child was little, and I was working for an entertainment company, and I'll follow what you say for me. Fast forward a few years later, I was working at a different entertainment company when I met my husband. When I became pregnant with my second daughter, I decided, I don't think I want to do this 9 to 5 right now. See, I had already been a single mom. I had already done the hustle and bustle. I had already done the get up at 5 in the morning, get your baby together, get your child together, get them to daycare by 6 or to school by 6, go do the full job, come home, hustle and bustle, homework, eat dinner, baths. You only get 10 minutes for hugs, go to bed. Let's do this cycle all over again. I had already done that. Plus, my oldest daughter, when I left her in the care of people who were supposed to care for her, she had been abused by some of those people. So I didn't want to go through that all over again. So I made the decision at that time and talked it over with my husband and said, I think I want to be home with my kids so that I could be a present mom for them. And with that one decision, I ended my career. But what was really hard was I had never been taken care of at any time in my life. I had always provided for myself. I had always had a job I always did for me. And so when I walked away from that job, what I essentially did is I walked away from my paycheck. I walked away from my financial independence. And then ultimately, I walked away from my entire identity. Because little did I know at that time, my identity was tied up into my titles. My success was tied up into what society had laid out and said what success is and what success should be. So I had no roadmap. I had no idea of what true life success was. I didn't know. And I didn't know because I was too busy trying to chase what success was supposed to look like someplace else. So when I found myself in my new position of being just a mom and just a wife, I lost who I was. I became empty. I became a shell of the person that I was. I was broken. I was saddened. I was crying. And everything came to a head. It's not that I didn't love my children. It's not that I didn't love being with them, but I completely had no idea of who I was. And the complete breakdown came when I stood in the mirror one day, boo-hoo crying because I had no self-worth as far as I was concerned. I didn't know my value. I had lost my confidence. I had no idea of where I belonged in the world. Has anybody ever had that feeling where you just don't know where you belong? You spend so much time doing for everybody else. You spend so much time pouring into everybody else. You forget about you. You forget that you were created with promise, with purpose, with identity, with life, with goals, with dreams. You were created with all of those things, but we forget because we put it all on the back burner and we never go pick it up again because life happens and we start doing for everybody else all over again. And so that was me. I felt that. But you know what, guys? That breakdown that day turned out to be the breakthrough that would open up many doors for the rest of my life. Because when I got in that mirror that day, I decided no more. I don't want to live like this anymore. I don't want to cry about this anymore. I don't want to be angry anymore. I don't want to be sad anymore. Y'all, I was even mad at my husband, okay? Because he got to go out every day and talk to adults. He got to come in, go to bed, enjoy his night, get a good night rest. I was up with the baby. And what did I have to look forward to? More hustle and bustle, changing diapers, dropping off kids, feeding. I was angry. But that day when I looked in the mirror, I said no more. Because I realized that my responsibility, my happiness rather, was my responsibility. It was up to me to grab onto those things that created pure happiness for me. It was up to me to take control of my life. And it was up to me to find out how to ignite and unleash my own life success. And so I want to leave you guys with these five principles that's going to help you unleash who you are and everything that you've been called to be. Y'all ready? Anybody ready for these tips I got? Y'all ready to unleash? Who ready to walk in promise? Who's ready to walk in purpose? Come on now. So number one, if you're ready to unleash and to unlock the doors to your ultimate success, to your ultimate life success, the first thing that you're going to have to do is you're going to have to learn how to line your mouth up with your mind. You're going to have to learn how to talk some good stuff to yourself. You're going to have to learn how to tell you who you are so that life doesn't continue to tell you who you're not. See, when I got into that mirror and when I started talking to myself in that mirror, I was boohoo crying because I didn't understand who I was. So I stood in that mirror and I said, you're not going to leave from here until you find one thing that you love or at least like about yourself. And it felt like forever, but I finally ended on, I love my smile. I love my smell. So I start cheesing at everything. See, when we learn to line our mouth with our mind, then we start to believe what we say, and we start to say what we believe, and we start to walk in the direction of that life purpose. You will never be able to unlock life success until you learn how to talk to yourself. What do you say to yourself about yourself? See, general affirmations are wonderful and amazing. I can get up every day and I could be like, oh, girl, you is a boss woman. I could say that all day and every day. But guess what? If I don't feel like a boss woman at that time in my life, it's going to be really hard for me to connect myself and for that affirmation to really penetrate my being. But when I began to affirm those things that I know are true to me, so I knew that my smile was pretty. I knew that my teeth were pretty, honey. At least I believe that. If you didn't think they was pretty, that was your fault. But I believe that my teeth were amazing. And so when I began to look in the mirror every day and smile and tell myself, oh, you got pretty teeth. Oh, you got a beautiful smile. My mind started connecting with that, and it gave me confidence. And with that new confidence, I began to have confidence in other things. Well, if I'm feeling confident about my smile, then I'm feeling confident when I go out into the world. And when I'm feeling confident about going out into the world, now I'm feeling more confident about the decisions that I'm making. And so the confidence began to build and build and build. And I began to unlock doors to my life success because I had the confidence to step into those things with what I like to call the power of one, finding one thing that is true about you and lining your mouth and your mind up to those things. You want to unlock your life purpose? You want the keys to unlock that door? Line up your mouth with your mind and begin to put them on one accord so that you'll be able to unlock the doors to anything that life is calling you to. Number 2, you want to unlock that life success for yourself? Then you're going to have to know your season. You got to understand your season. What season of life are you in right now? What can you do in your season right now? We have got to learn to be sensitive. A lot of times, the reason why we're so frustrated about things not coming to pass and things that we haven't done and things that we don't see happening is because we refuse to be sensitive to our life season. What season are you in? See, when I was a single parent, that was something new for me. I couldn't chase my acting dream as ferociously as I would have liked to and still be the present parent that I wanted to. Something was going to give. Now, does that mean I couldn't have been an actress and been a mom? Of course not. But for the way I wanted to run at it, I was going to end up frustrated because I need to find somebody to watch my child, make sure that I was at the audition. I couldn't stay at the audition. I couldn't relax at the audition. If I stay, it's going to cost me more money. Now I'm frustrated behind the finances. Now I'm frustrated with my situation of trying to find somebody. It would become a circle, a merry-go-round. And so when we don't know our life season, we frustrate the position that we're in. I told you guys that God asked me if I would give up my Hollywood dream for what he wanted me to do. But what I didn't tell you is because I became sensitive to my life season and I allowed myself to be more open and flexible in that season, I ended up being able to act in stage plays with someone who I met. And so I was able to fulfill my acting, maybe not in the blockbuster way, but I was able to act. I was able to take my children and I was able to not live a life of frustration because I was sensitive to my current life season. You want to be successful? You need to know what season it is for you to hustle, for you to lay back, for you to pursue heavily, for you to just get the knowledge. What season are you in? Number 3, you want to unleash life success, continual life success, then you need to understand what success looks like for you. We all get mixed up a lot of times because once again, society has set up what success is supposed to look like for us. And so we end up running behind this ghost and trying to attain something that was never meant for us in the first place. What does success look like for you? If I have a goal to fit, to lose a pant size in a month, and you have a goal to lose 10 pounds in a month, am I not successful because I only lost 7 pounds? I dropped a pant size. So therefore, I was successful. But if I'm continuing to chase your success, then I'll never be able to see my success and what has been created for me. Unlocking the key to your life success is knowing what success looks like. Are you successful when you write the book? Are you successful when you publish the book? Or are you not successful until the book is a bestseller? Success is our perception. And so if my success is just writing the book, then my feelings are not hurt if I never become a bestseller, because that never was a success line. So we have to learn what success looks like for us. And when we know that success, then we're going to be able to hit that target a whole lot better and a lot more often, because my success doesn't look like your success. And when I hit my success, I am always successful. Number 4, you want to walk in that success, you want keys to open up those doors to life success, then you're going to have to learn how to invest in you. Like success, investment in self looks different for everybody. How I invest in me is not going to be the same as how you invest in you. But one thing is for sure, if you never, ever invest in yourself, I can guarantee that you will never reach the life success that you are seeking, because we all know that we invest in those things that we believe in. And when we believe in something, we go after it. Is there anybody here who believe in what they've been called to do? Is there anybody here who believe in themselves? Is there anybody here who believes in their potential? Let me know. Let me know if you believe. Because if you believe in it, then that means you're going to do what it takes to unlock it. And that investing can be personal or professional. See, I invest in my personal well-being because I give to people all the time. As a speaker, as a coach, I'm constantly giving to people. I do producing on the side. I'm constantly pouring out. Just finished a project over this weekend, but I'm constantly pouring out. And so I have to invest in me. So at night, I love to get in the bed, honey, put the covers on and turn on some comedy, because for me, that's what's going to bring me down. That's what's going to replenish me. That's what's going to help me relax for the rest of the night. I got to invest in me. So investing isn't always financial, but eventually, depending on your level, it's definitely going to be. I've pretty much always been a coach pretty much all of my life. But when I wanted to take it to the next level, I invested in me by becoming a certified life purpose and confidence coach. Because again, we invest in those things that we believe in. And I believe in the person that I've been created to be. And so if you really want to unlock and unleash your life success, then you're going to have to learn how to invest in the person that you believe in. Who here ready to invest? Who's ready to invest? And investing is a continual thing. But again, just like purpose, investing looks different for everybody. So don't get caught up in how other people are invested in you. How they're invested in themselves. Invest in you. But always know, if you're not willing to invest in yourself, and that is personal and professional, AKA financial, then you're really not believing in the potential, the person, and the life success that you claim that you want. It's going to take some investment on both ends. And then lastly, number 5, if you want to be able to unlock your life success, you're going to have to be willing to always learn something new. Be willing to open yourself up. When we learn new things, then we get a better feeling of accomplishment. When we learn new things, we pour into that confidence bucket. When we learn new things, we unleash a power within that many times we didn't know we had. Case in point, I hated Canva. Y'all don't jump on me. because I hated Canva. It confused me every time I got in the back. I just couldn't do it. And so I was spending money, y'all, for somebody to make me a simple flyer or to change something on my flyer, okay? Or I'd be waiting for my daughter all day to come in so she can change the word at to a. I done waited all day for her because I hated Canva. But one day I said, I'm going to sit down here and I'm going to make myself a flyer. And I was mad about it because I sat down for an entire day just to make a simple flyer. I was frustrated. I was angry. And again, it took all day. But guess what? I did it. I made a simple little flyer. And when I made that flyer, I started puffing my chest because I was like, okay, boo. Well, since you did it one time, you can do it 2 times. And I made something else. And then I made something else. Now, don't get me wrong. I will be hiring a designer to make future things. But my point is, when I was able to learn something new, I know now that I can change small things myself. I can do little things myself. Oh, somebody said, I can help you. Ooh, Stephanie, girl, you talking my language because I need that help. But believe me, it was because I took that time to do that and invest in myself by learning something new that I found out something greater about myself. And now that was an extra tool that I added into my life success bucket. You want to unlock your life success? You want to continually walk in the person who you've been designed to be? You want to bust through doors? Then you need to be willing to learn new things. In closing, everyone, when I leave from this earth, I want to leave empty, 1000% empty. I want to have tapped into every gift. I want to have touched every life that God has called me to touch. I want to be able to say, I left it all on the table. But in order for me to do that, I have a role to play in this. We all have a role to play in it. And we all need to position ourselves to unlock our own life success. And we do that by, number one, learning how to line up the mouth and the mind so that they're on one accord. Number two, understanding what our current season is. Number three, identifying what success looks like for you so you can hit the mark every time or almost every time. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but you will be able to hit the mark a whole lot better. Number four, by investing in yourself, both financially and not financially. And number five, by continuing to learn new things. You guys, success can be attained in every area of your life, in everything. But in order for us to be able to do that, we first need to understand why we're even here, what we've even been created for. And I want to be able to help you put yourself on that road and on that path by offering you my free guide, 5 powerful ways to discover your purpose so that you can begin. I think I can share my screen here just to let you see. Just this, my free guide for you to be able to learn how to tap in to your own purpose, understanding purpose, understanding how to identify our hobbies and explore our interests, to tap into things from childhood. So I want to be able to offer that to you, and you can get that at my website, which is shelleymeche'tte.com/freebie. Now you got to put the freebie in or else you're not going to be able to get it. But thank you. Somebody said I did a good job. Okay, I was trying. Yes, I did that one myself. So you guys, be sure to tap into the person who you've been created to be. Understand who you've been created to be, and let these 5 tools help you open up and unlock doors to your ultimate life success. I'm Shelley Meche'tte. certified life purpose and confidence coach, and international EmpowHERment speaker. Thank you so much for your time.